Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, King Sinbad. But as always, guys, you guys can call me Sin. Okay, guys, so this is my second attempt at me doing this. Gosh, this is the one thing I didn't miss of recording. Constantly having to restart a video over because my video. Because, like, if I keep it paused for too long, then it'll just end it right then and there. And I basically had it paused. Um, for 2 days. So here is what if Naruto had the Renagon Part 2. Um, so I probably should have asked this in the first video, but what team do you want Naruto to be on, and who do you want to be on his team? To me, it doesn't matter. If you guys want him, Sasuke, and Maka to be on a team, I totally understand. Or if you want him to be on a team with his two older sisters, Mito and Narumi, I totally understand that as well. I mean, it can go either way. And I already know who I'm gonna fill in for the next, fill in for the other team, so that way I can keep it balanced. So yeah. I probably should have asked that at the beginning. Oh, not at the beginning, but at on my last video of what if Naruto had the Renagon. But besides the point, let's jump right into what if Naruto had the Renagon Part 2. And hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so anyway, last part where we left off with Naruto, Sasuke, Maka, Mito, and Narumi joining the Ninja Academy. Oh, crap. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I was watching E3 uh, and excited for some of the games coming out. But anyway, moving on. Uh, so, picking up from where we last left off, the gang kind of Naruto, Mito, Narumi, Sasuke, and Maka, they all joined the Ninja Academy. Alright, let's do this. So, it is currently It's currently 5 years after since they joined the Ninja Academy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I left them off at 7. So technically they would be 11 years old. Naruto has been getting stronger and stronger with his Renagon abilities. Now, even though they said they would train him, Naruto really hasn't been receiving that much training from either his parents or from Jiraiya or Tsunade. And by no fault of their own, knowing that they knowing that they are trying to do their best, but also trying to carve out time for Mito and Narumi so that way they can get a hold of Kurama's powers. Now, Mito and Narumi, they have kind of already established a link with Kurama. Now, not like KCM or anything, but enough to where Kurama's willing to lend chakra to them if they so desire it. But Kurama, more than anything, he's kind of taken an interest in their youngest brother, Naruto. And Kurama asked Mito and Narumi one day, they said,
Hey, brats. Tell me, how did your little brother get the Renagon?
And Mito and Narumi kind of just respond with, I don't know. He just woke up with it after he had that fall. And Kurama says,
I guess you all really don't pay attention, do you?
and Kurama actually, in a way, he kind of gives them a warning about Naruto. He says,
Look, all I'm just saying is, if you ever have to get in a fight between you and your little brother, forfeit the match.
and Mito and Narumi said, huh? Why would we do that? And Kurama says,
Because you don't know how strong those eyes are. Those eyes can do incredible things. You could say those are the eyes of a god.
now, of course, Mito and Narumi, they don't really take that into consideration. And hold on, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, guys. So, anyway. Oh, yeah. So, Kurama gave them the warning, and of course, they did not heed it. And Kurama, he said, those are the eyes of a god, and they grant their owner the powers of a god. But anyway, moving on. Naruto, he while he was basically being neglected in training, he kind of just goes alone into the forest, and what he does is he just kind of just starts training with his different Renagon abilities. Now, through one of his training sessions, Naruto, he likes to train in the Forest of Death, or AKA Training Ground 44. It's there where he actually discovers that he can use Mokuton, or wood style. And it would make sense since he is Ashura's reincarnation, and as we all know, Hashirama was Ashura's reincarnation, so it makes sense that he can get this ability too. And he kind of just discovers it during training that he awoken this bloodline. Now, if you guys do not remember, in part 1, I really made Tsunade and Kushina very close. Like, they could practically be passed off as sisters. But they're not. But they're their bloodline are extremely close. It's just from Mito's, Tsunade's grandmother side of the family. So, yeah. So it wouldn't really surprise me that it happened. So yeah. But Naruto, he actually tends to keep a secret about this. As Naruto actually starts becoming secretive about a lot of his Renagon abilities / wood style. Now, I don't know, like, exactly how Hashirama got his, I just call it the wood sage mode, because that's the only thing I can think of that enhances his wood style abilities and physical and stuff like that. But anyway, Naruto will get... He's not going to get Sage Mode now, but he will get it later on down the road. Now, Naruto is more... However, Naruto doesn't really like using wood style. I mean, he likes using it. He just prefers not to use it. He only prefers to use it when it's absolutely necessary, because he knows how big the wood style bloodline is, especially in the Hidden Leaf. And people would definitely be coming after him if they ever found out that he ever had the wood style bloodline. But anyway, Naruto... One day, Naruto's training back in the Forest of Death, and you just hear explosions going off. Now, need I mind you, Naruto is training by himself. He's not training with anybody else, because Sasuke and Maka are either training with Itachi or Shisui. And of course, Mito and Armin are training with Jiraiya and Tsunade. Minato is continuing his duties as Hokage. Meanwhile, Kushina is getting stuff prepared for the dinner that night. And Naruto, he's just kind of thinking to himself what new abilities can his Renagon do. Now, this is when one of Naruto's abilities, one of his Renagon abilities. Now, this is not the, this is actually an ability only exclusive to Naruto. These are his abilities, and I think I gave him two. One was the Limbo Clones. Now, unlike Madara, who can only produce, I think before he got Sage of Six Paths mode, I think he could only produce one Limbo Clone. So Naruto, he can produce 10 Limbo Clones. And of course, his other Renagon, with his other Renagon ability, he can teleport, like kind of like how basically like how Sasuke does it. So now, I know you guys are going to say, well, wait, hold on. Then if these are exclusively for Naruto, then how... That won't make sense. I'm like, I know, but they're not... Usually you only get one unique Renagon ability. Naruto has two unique Renagon abilities. And then, of course, Naruto... He sees the Limbo Clones, but of course, the Limbo Clones are on a different plane of existence. Therefore, only a Renagon user can see them and feel their presence. So basically, Nagato, or somebody with high level Sage mode, but considering you have to have high levels of chakra in order to get Sage mode, most likely you're basically going to be defenseless against them. But Naruto does unlock another path. He unlocks... Now, if I'm not mistaken, in the last part I gave him the Naraka path and the Deva path. Of course, but with the Deva path, he can only use Almighty Push and Universal Pull. He hasn't unlocked Planetary Devastation yet. But he will eventually. However, Naruto does... He does, however, unlock... what was it? He does unlock the animal path, which allows him to summon the animals, and yeah. Now, again, Naruto does keep this a secret from his parents, his siblings. He basically keeps it a secret from everybody. Not even Donzo knows about it. He kind of just was, you know. But anyway, back to the present time. Naruto, you know, during his training, he realized that he just awoken the animal path. Now, the animal path, and he already has an understanding of what it does. Now, oh yeah, did I? Yeah, I think I did give him. Yeah, I gave him the ability to summon, uh, to pull out chakra rods. Now, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me go check real quick. Oh yeah, so I also gave him access to. He also unlocked the outer path, which allows him to pull out black chakra rods or black chakra receivers, chakra rods basically. And since the chakra rods came out of Naruto, they are linked to Naruto. So even after he stabs them into his enemies, he can activate the chakra from the chakra rods, and a purple chain will kind of sprout out from the chakra receiver and into Naruto's hand, showing that he has. And what this will do will cut off their chakra, and it's kind of basically what Obito did to the tail beast. But anyway, moving on. And the outer path will. And there's another ability that the outer path allows him. But. And we all know the other ability is to summon the. I believe the ghetto statue. Oh well, if I'm wrong, just feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. But anyway, Naruto is just training, and he's just learning new abilities. And again, Naruto doesn't tell him. Naruto says, I should probably keep this to myself. And Naruto, when he fights, now not always, but sometimes, Naruto develops, actually, no, Naruto, yeah, when he fights, he developed a split personality that he kind of taps into. And this split personality, now it doesn't have a name, so it's really not really a split personality, it's just his attitude kind of changes. And basically, Naruto's developed a god complex. Basically, when he's fighting, he just sees people as insects, basically. Or not even insects, just specks of dust that are annoying him. And Naruto kind of has a god complex worse than Nagato and Light Yagami put together. And I mean, in Light Yagami, he had some very deep god complex. But Naruto has it worse. So hopefully that will make for an entertaining part. But anyway, we're gonna do another time skip. Naruto is, again, he's starting to get way more comfortable using his Renagon abilities. Matter of fact, it's gotten to the point to, even though where Minato said not to use the Renagon abilities, Naruto just can't help himself but to use them, because they just, to him, it just feels weird not to use them. But anyway, it is time for the graduation exam. Now, Naruto, he can pull off a perfect Shadow Clone, and Naruto does know the secret to the Shadow Clone jutsu. But anyway, Iruka comes in and says, He says, "Alright, all of you be quiet and sit down. We are about to start the Genin exam. The graduation exam." He said, "We'll be testing over 3 important components. 1, your taijutsu, your shuriken, and your ninjutsu. And of course, well, actually, let's scratch that. Not 3, but 4. So, taijutsu, weapon skills, ninjutsu, and genjutsu." And Sasuke, he kind of, he's confident. He knows he's going to pass. So is Maka. She knows that she's going to pass. Mito and Arumi, they know they're going to pass. Basically, the rookie 9 will still pass. And Naruto, he is... There's literally no way he's going to fail. There's just no way. And Sasuke says, "Hey, Naruto." And Naruto says, "What is it, Sasuke?" He says, "You better not fail this exam, loser." And Naruto says, "The only loser I see is you, Sasuke. Come on, let's face it, Sasuke, you haven't been able to beat me once in a taijutsu fight. Or ninjutsu, or genjutsu, now that I think of it. Matter of fact, you haven't actually been able to beat me in anything." And Sasuke says, "The only reason why you win is because of those Renagon eyes of yours." He says, "If I unlocked my Sharingan, I would have easily mopped the floor with you." And Naruto just kind of comes back with, "Well, the Uchiha are just supposed to be naturally great. So considering that you need a Sharingan to beat an opponent, that just kind of shows how weak you really are, huh, Sasuke?" And Maka kind of just lets out a chuckle. And she says, "Well, he's got you there, didn't he, Sasuke?" And Sasuke's like, "Ugh, shut up." And Mito and Arumi, they're chuckling. And, well, anyway, Iruka says, "Alright, let's begin." He says, "Alright, we're going to do spars. Naruto versus Sasuke." And Naruto just kind of lets out not a huge laugh, but he lets out a laugh to where everybody can hear it. He's like, "Well, it sucks to be you, Sasuke, huh?" And Sasuke's like, "Let's hurry up and do this." And basically, they all step outside, and and Iruka says, "Alright, as always, for every taijutsu fight, make the hand sign and begin." Sasuke makes the hand sign, and Naruto's just kind of standing there with his arms crossed, kind of just looking at Sasuke. Alright, and hold on, guys. I should say this. You know how I said Naruto was only going to use the wood style when he absolutely necessarily has to? Yeah, I kind of lied about that. Naruto, he's just not going to use it until the tuning exams. Most likely the final part of the tuning exams. So, moving on. Naruto and Sasuke, and Iruka says, "Alright, Naruto, make the hand sign so we can hurry up and get this over with." And Naruto just kind of gives this death glare at Iruka. Because Naruto, being this coming from his god complex that he's developed, Naruto has actually kind of, because since he thinks he's a god. Now, for those of you who are wondering, well, how did he develop this god complex? Glad you asked. This is when we're actually going to cut to a flashback. But before I cut to the flashback, Sasuke says, "He's always been like this ever since I showed him that stupid tablet." And this is what would trigger the flashback. Sasuke invited Naruto over to his house. And Naruto says, hey, Sasuke, where's that tablet you always keep on telling me about? And Sasuke's like, oh, well, you see, you gotta have the Sharingan in order to read it. And Naruto says, come on, just one peek. And Naruto says, come on, you know I don't have the Sharingan, so I can't read it anyways. And Sasuke's like, let me at least go ask my dad and see if it's alright. And Naruto says, alright. And Sasuke said, hey, Dad. And Fugaku says, what is it, Sasuke? And Sasuke says, well, you see, Naruto, he wants to see the Uchiha Stone Tablet. And Fugaku says, why? And Sasuke tells him what Naruto let us know, that, Sasuke's been telling him about the Uchiha Stone Tablet. And Fugaku says, well, sure, I don't see the point. I don't see the harm in it. It's not like he can read it anyways. I mean, he just wants to see it, right? And Sasuke says, yeah. And Fugaku says, alright, you can show it to him. And Sasuke says, yeah. And Sasuke said, alright, my dad said it was okay. So, just follow me. And for the love of God, Naruto, don't touch anything. And Naruto says, yeah, whatever. And basically they go down these stairs, and Sasuke is kind of holding a candle to the Uchiha Stone Tablet. And Sasuke says, see? And Naruto, when he sees it, what actually just stuns him. And this is when he realizes he can actually read the entire and full... He could completely and fully read the Uchiha Stone Tablet, like clear as day. This is because of the Renagon. Thanks to the Renagon, he is now reading the Uchiha Stone Tablet. And basically, he discovers what Madara Uchiha discovered in the Uchiha Stone Tablet. Basically, Naruto knows what everybody else don't know. He knows the truth. Naruto believes he knows the truth. And Naruto thinks just now, because he has the Renagon, this makes him the second coming of the Sage of the Six Paths. And this is when because Naruto heard about the child of prophecy, or the children of prophecy. Naruto says, my sisters aren't the ones to lead this world into peace. I'm the one who's meant to lead the world into peace. These eyes are the only eyes. These eyes are the only ones that can bring peace to the shinobi world. Naruto believes, and Naruto thinks to himself, I'm the only one who can save this world. And by doing that, he believes he needs to capture all of the 9 tails. Basically, Naruto's going on his own little... Basically, Naruto's doing a one-man Akatsuki show. So Naruto is now... This is where Naruto's God complex first began. This is where his God complex was given birth at. So this is where, Naruto's God complex started. And Naruto has always been, ever since that day, he's always been acting different. Acting like he's better than everybody else. Acting like... Well, in Naruto's mind, he knows he's better than everybody. He just knows he is. In Naruto's mind, he actually believes he's a god. He knows that he's a god. and he knows that he's going to bring back the Ten Tails and become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. Become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki and bring peace to the ninja world. And this is when Naruto would actually just be. Naruto says, whatever. Naruto makes the hand sign, and Naruto and Sasuke would start fighting. Sasuke would throw a right jab, Naruto would easily block it, and grab the hand that just tried to punch him, flip him over his shoulder, and Naruto would basically twist Sasuke's wrist until Sasuke said he submitted. And Sasuke said, I submit. And Iruka says, alright, make the hand sign. And, of course, Naruto and Sasuke do the hand sign. But anyway, Naruto got high marks on his taijutsu. Next was the weapons test. Naruto easily got a perfect score out of that. Now, what I'm going to do for the ninjutsu is, because I feel like they should have done this in the actual series, because, I was realizing, I was like, they knew that certain kids couldn't do, this jutsu. But yet they could do other complex jutsus that, that ate up more chakra, but were still way more complex than the clone jutsu. And it occurred to me, why didn't they just, show off a jutsu, show off their most complex jutsu, and, because, not everybody could have done the clone jutsu, but in a way, I also understand, because, if you can't pull off a simple clone jutsu, then, then there's no point of you even becoming a ninja. Of course, Naruto, he pulls off a shadow clone jutsu, which is a complex, but also still doing a clone jutsu. Now, Naruto would, again, easily get a perfect score on his ninjutsu test. And then, of course, the genjutsu portion of the test, Naruto puts Iruka and Mizuki in his most strongest genjutsu. And it actually took Iruka and Mizuki quite a while to actually break it, because Naruto kind of put them again inside of a genjutsu. Like, they were in a genjutsu of a genjutsu within a genjutsu, if that makes sense. So yeah, Naruto kind of stacked genjutsu on top of genjutsu on top of genjutsu. And, of course, once again, Naruto gets a perfect score. And, of course, Naruto passes. Now, and so does the rest of the Rookie 9. Now, like I said, so I don't want to end it off here, but I kind of have to, because actually, no. I still got a few minutes. Well, not that time is an issue. It's just that, because I already asked at the beginning of the video. So, but anyway, Iruka says, "Congratulations, you all passed." And Naruto, his headband is he has the same headband that he has in Shippuden, his black tied headband. Iruka says, "All right, come tomorrow, and we will begin assigning teams." Now, of course, Mizuki, he couldn't find a single low-class, low-ranked student. So he just figured, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go get the Scroll of Sealing myself. But Naruto, being as cunning as ever, not to let a sin go unpunished. Mizuki, as he's breaking into the room of forbidden scrolls or whatever, once Mizuki gets in there, Naruto says, "Oh, you're looking for something?" And Naruto's just holding the scroll ceiling, and Mizuki says, Naruto, thank you. I was actually just gonna check and see if the scroll was still here." And Naruto would simply respond as, funny, it's under protection of Ambu guard, so I don't see the real reason why you need to check up on it. Considering there's no way to actually, there should actually be no problem with someone trying to take the scroll, unless that person is you, Mizuki. And Mizuki says, "So you figured me out, huh? You brat." And Naruto says, "Please, a toddler could have easily figured you out. I mean, it's not like you were actually trying to hide it. I mean, come on. The fake smiles. Heck, even your heartbeat getting faster. I mean, come on. Your hands shaking, your ankles shaking. I mean, come on. Who do you think I am? An ignorant, stupid brat who doesn't know anything? I knew you were going to steal with it. Why do you think I've had a clone tell you everywhere you go?" And Mizuki says, "Wait, clone? What are you And then this is when Naruto says, "Yeah, I had a clone tell you." And Naruto just says, "Almighty push." And he pushes Mizuki completely out. But anyway, yeah, he sends Mizuki coming out, crashing out of nowhere with an almighty push. Now, of course, this alerts everybody. Considering I would think the scroll ceiling would be, near the Hokage's office. And this is when Minato would come out and said, "What's going on?" And Naruto would explain what happened. And Mizuki says, he's like, "You're going to pay for this, you little brat." And Mizuki throws a huge shuriken at Naruto. And of course, 5 seconds have already been up. And Naruto just says, "Almighty push." And it pushes the shuriken back at Mizuki. And it decapitates him, killing him instantly. But I'll have to leave it off right here, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I would have made it longer, but I forgot to ask you guys who do you want Naruto to be teamed up with? Let me know in the comment section down below. But without further ado, guys, it's been your boy King Sinbad. But as always, guys, you guys can call me Sin. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, turn that bell notification on so that way you guys can stay posted on all of my awesome videos. But without further ado, guys, see you guys later, and yeah!